Hey y'all, welcome back to Two Fat Girls. It's me, Mandy. So I've decided to just like start fresh this year. It's a new year and I watched it her YouTube name used to be Little Fat Me, now it's the incredible shrinking Sonya, and she is like starting fresh this year, and her video just like totally just inspired me. Which her videos are always great. She is actually one of the very first people when I first started doing or watching weight loss videos and decided to do weight loss videos. Hers was the very first channel I ever watched. And ever since then, I've always just kind of like gravitated towards her. Not only because like she kind of reminds me of myself in a way, but just because when it came to weight loss, she just had her shit together and she's back. And I just feel like I have like my mentor back, you know. She's like started this group up. I'll put a link to that video that I'm talking about right now. I'll put or a link to her channel or whichever. So it was really weird because like I had an epiphany while watching her video. I was getting ready for work that morning, and I've told you guys many times before, I do my makeup in my bedroom at my desk right here, and usually I have like vlogs on, or I'm listening to music, or I'm watching like movies or something on my computer. And so I'm like sitting there and I'm putting my makeup on and I'm just listening to her talk, and all of a sudden it just like hit me, and I'm like, oh my God, Mandy. So this is probably going to be in two parts, um, because they're two different subjects, but they relate to each other. So yeah, I'm splitting it up into two parts. And like I said, I'm like starting over this year. So to start over, I feel like I need to come clean to you guys. Sorry, my face is like, it always gets super itchy whenever I get in front of the camera. I don't know why. But yeah, like I feel like, if I'm going to continue this journey on this vlog type style weight loss journey, I need to come clean and I need to be honest with you. So, that being said, I have anxiety super bad. It holds me back from doing a ton of stuff, a ton of like regular stuff that normal people do. I can't do it. I am very much an introvert. When I've been at work all day long, or if I've been out shopping all day long, or if I've been away from my house for too long, when I come home, I need about 45 minutes by myself where I can like recharge my battery and be ready to face the world again. And that's just the way introverts work. On top of that, like I said, I have an anxiety, and with anxiety comes OCD. I'm very, very OCD about millions of things, but I'm not OCD in the way like I need to flip a light switch on and off 50 million times before I leave the room. I'm not like Jack Nicholson in that movie where I need to freaking wear, plastic gloves before I touch anything. It's not that severe, but it is certain things that have to be done every day, or I can't. I can't. I just can't. Um, for instance, I have to have my bed made every day. When I come home and I haven't had time to make my bed before I go to work, I'm stressed. Like, you guys are probably going to laugh, but I can go to work and I know my bed's not made. And then I can go shopping or doing whatever I need to do after work before I get home, and I know my bed's not made and I know I need to go home and make my bed. I have to do it. If I'm at work, we have a towel cabinet. The towel cabinet needs to be a certain way, or I can't work. I literally can't work. All I'm thinking about is the time when I can go fix the towel cabinet the way I want it fixed. And not only does it make me anxious, it gives me a headache. Like, I get stress headaches really bad. So there's that. Okay. And then when I was younger, it all started when I was younger. And I think it's like some of it has like calmed down, and then other stuff has like escalated. Um, my mind works in a way where I can be having a perfectly awesome day, and then you remember something that happened in middle school, and you are depressed for a week. I get depressed very, very, very easily, and it's hard for me to let it go. And that seems like really, like most people are like, oh, just get over it. Blah. That's easier said than done when your mind doesn't stop. Like, my mind just, it doesn't stop. And that brings me to, like, okay, not saying I have to, but we're being honest right now. And I'm telling you this because it all relates back to my weight loss, weight gain, everything. Um, when I still even do it now. Okay, no, I don't want you to think I'm like suicidal. I'm far from suicidal. But when I was young, I was so filled up with all this stuff in my head that it resulted in like physical symptoms. Like my stomach always hurt. I was always vomiting. I was going to the doctor. They thought something was wrong with my stomach. I had all kinds of tests done. It was nothing. Every time I went to the doctor, I'm talking about I was like 9 and 10 years old, my blood pressure was always really high, and it was because I was nervous about going to the doctor. And eventually they did figure that out, yada, yada, yada. But when you're young and you have all this stuff running in your head and nobody understands what's going on, because anxiety, I think, is more understood now than it was then, like in the 80s and 90s when I was really young. And, you know, like now it's not a big deal even for children to um have it and go to their doctor, and young kids, like, they understand it better. My mom just thought I was weird. My mom seriously thought I was weird. Even now she would always say, you were just a weird kid. It wasn't that though. Like when I was young and you just have all this anxiety built up and built up and built up, you don't know what to do with it, and like it drives you crazy. So I got to where it was like self-harm. Like I would bite myself really, really, really hard, like as hard as I could, and in my head I would imagine like my skin breaking and my teeth breaking, and I would just bite really, really hard. I would take scissors and I would like pinch the pads of my finger really, really, I mean really hard. um I would like dig my nails, like, you go like this, you just dig them really hard, or I would dig them in my leg and my arm. And not that I was doing it because I liked it or because it hurt. I did it because I just felt better. I just felt better, you know. Um, and I'm not as bad with it anymore. A lot of times I will find myself going like this really, really hard, or I'll find myself like digging like this in my arm. I find myself biting the insides of my mouth really, really hard. Um, but I don't, like, when I was young, I did it consciously. Now I do it unconsciously. Like if I'm like super stressed, I can be at work and like stuff at work will just be stressing me out, or I'll be thinking about stuff that's stressing me out, and I'll be cutting somebody's hair and I'll just notice like the freaking whole side of my mouth hurts, and I realize it's because I'm biting it really hard. And that's just a part of my anxiety. And I have like, how do I put this? Because I am severely OCD and severely I have a very obsessive personality. Um, I'm like I'm like really uptight. I'm not the kind of person who can just go out and do things sporadically. Hell no. Are you crazy? No. I have to have a plan for everything. I have to know what I'm going to do every day. I have to know what I'm going to do for the rest of the week. I have to know. I can't just go out and do something. And then when I do it, I stress about all the stuff I have to do when I get home because I didn't get to do it before I left because this was an unplanned thing. So, because I am so uptight in everything else, which this was the epiphany that I had, and I don't even know how it came to me when I was watching her vlog, but I have found that because I am so uptight about everything else, that the one thing I wasn't uptight about was my food. It like food was like my stress reliever. You know, I didn't eat because I was bored. I really didn't eat. I really didn't even start. Well, I possibly stress eat, especially now that I'm older. Um, that was my way out. Like I felt better when I ate. And this is another thing, like I said, we've got to come clean about everything. I am when I was young, I didn't like to go to restaurants. I didn't like to eat in front of people. I like to eat at home. I felt comfortable eating in front of my family, but as I got older, I began to eat in my bedroom. Um, and like I said, I definitely didn't like eating at other people's houses. I didn't like eating in restaurants. I didn't like eating in fast food restaurants because I just felt like everybody was judging me. Like I ordered this, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at that fat girl eating that hamburger," blah blah blah. Which some people will have those thoughts. My problem was I can't. I literally I can't let it go. I just can't let it go. So I am a secretive eater. Okay. I eat when people are in bed, and like I binge eat. Like I binge eat when people are in bed. I binge eat when people are home. Um, I secret eat, like I would put stuff in my purse and I'd come in my room and I would eat it. Things like that. So I have come to the realization that I'm so like controlling and possessive and obsessive and uptight about everything else in my life that the one thing that I would lose control with is my food. And I think that was just because it was like my anxiety reliever. Do you know what I mean? Like one time I remember I did get caught and my mom was like, "What is that?" And I like it was like I had like a big like naughty gashy thing on my arm, and it was actually where I bit myself. And so it was then that I realized, okay, you really can't do that anymore because you got busted. You know what I mean? Um, that being said, I've always been a chubby kid, you know, but it's gotten out of hand in a different way now that I'm an adult. And so, okay, yeah, like I said, I think I have found the root of my problem. I am not on medication for my anxieties. I don't go see a therapist or anything. Uh, Getting medication for my anxiety would mean going to the doctor, and going to the doctor is one of the I don't like to go unless I'm literally dying, or I can't even tell you the last time. I think it's been like 3 years since I've been to the doctor, and that was over my back, and that was because I absolutely had to go. I literally could not function. um so one of my things I would really love to do this year is love to get my anxiety under control. um and I think if I could get my anxiety under control, I could get my eating under control, and I could get my weight loss under control. But, the first step is going to the doctor, and going to the doctor absolutely terrifies me. Like how some people say, "Oh, I'm scared to go to the doctor." I'm literally petrified to go to the doctor. Like, you are going to have to sedate me to get me there. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And yeah, this year, I really want to focus on getting that under control. And, like, there's all kinds of stuff that have happened within the past few years. I've lost friends, I've gained friends. I have been holding a really horrible grudge for like 2 years. Well, no, for like a year. And I can't seem to let that go. And then that depresses me. And, it's just, I feel like I try and focus on everybody else and make everybody else happy and be friends with people I don't want to be friends with. And, you know, I I need to forgive people, and sometimes I just don't want to. I feel like my feelings are my feelings, and I shouldn't have to like bend them to make them somebody else's feelings or make somebody else happy. And that's what I've been struggling with it the past couple of years, like, well, ever since I turned 30. I don't know what like life resulting thing happens when you turn 30, but I turned 30, and it just seems like my mind has like lost control of itself. And I just feel like this year I need to focus on me and just, fuck everybody else. If you want to be my friend, be my friend. If you want to, I'm just tired of trying to people please everybody. And, that's part of my anxiety. I don't want anybody to not like me. I don't want anybody to hate me. I don't want anybody to think bad things about me. I want to be, you know, I don't necessarily want everybody to like me. I just don't want to be on anybody's bad side. And sometimes it's okay to be on somebody's bad side because they probably deserved it in the end. Like, I don't tend to voice my opinion very often, but when I do, I know I'm right because you pushed me too far. And I just feel like this year I need to focus on me instead of trying to think of a million other people, you know. So that is the end of this part of this vlog. I don't even know what I can salvage from this, but weight loss journey 2015. Let's do this, guys. Okay, we got this. We can do it. We can do it. Watch Little Fat Me's vlog. Check her out. Let's do this together, guys. I'll see you next time.